Hi all, welcome and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I want to share an absolutely unbelievable story with you because I found it hard to believe myself. And I know you read the title of this video and you probably clicked on to see if my last marble finally rolled away. But it didn't. The story's real. And it actually happened in Liberty Township, Ohio. Pure evil. Pure evil happened in Liberty Township, Ohio, on December 9th of 2023. But you don't have to take my word for it. I'll let you listen for yourself.
For my mama shot my niece, please. Please don't stay still. My baby isn't shot.
Your baby, ma'am? Okay, ma'am, what is going on?
So, someone shot my baby. Hurry, please.
Someone shot your baby?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Okay,
hurry.
ma'am, why your grandma did this?
Because she was mad at us. She's going crazy.
Who was it that shot them?
It was her grandma.
Step out of the vehicle! Step out!
Okay.
On your face, now! I got lethal.
Police in Liberty Township say they received those frantic 911 calls in the early morning hours of December 9th, and when they arrived on scene, they found a 5.5-month-old baby, shot through the eye and barely breathing. They said the witnesses in the apartment told them the baby's paternal grandmother shot her, then fled the scene. But the baby wasn't the only victim. Police said they were told the baby's grandmother, Mia Harris, woke the baby's mother up and started fighting with her. So the baby's parents took the baby into another bedroom where Harris's mother was and locked the door. Then they told police they heard a gunshot out in the hallway, and Harris began breaking the door down. When she got inside the room, she started shooting, and her mother told police her daughter walked over to her, put the gun to her head, and pulled the trigger. Harris's mother was grazed by the bullet, but survived. Then they said she pointed the gun at the baby lying on the bed and shot her at close range. And as if all that isn't horrible enough, they told police after Harris shot the baby, she picked her up, handed her to her mother, and smiled. Then she dropped the gun and fled the scene. Police said they were able to track her vehicle to a rest stop off I-75, but before they had time to go after her, she returned to the apartment complex where she shot her family, and police took her into custody. You'll hear in her court appearance clip that I'll play for you shortly that when police asked Harris why she shot her 5.5-month-old grandbaby, she told them it wasn't her grandbaby. Then she told detectives, sorry, not sorry. And of course, they said she showed absolutely no remorse, either during her interrogation or during her court appearance. Shocker. She shot at her own son and the mother of her grandchild. She put a gun to her own mother's head and pulled the trigger. Then, with no hesitation, she turned her gun on a precious baby and shot her at close range, in the face. Then she told detectives she isn't even sorry for what she did.
Ms. Harris, do you have anything to say about the charges against you?
No comment from Mia Harris as she was escorted out of the courthouse. The 43-year-old grandmother is accused of shooting her 6-month-old granddaughter, Myra, in the head.
I asked her why her grandbaby, and she said that was not my grandbaby. And at one point she said, sorry, not sorry.
Detective Daniel Turner says Harris turned violent early Saturday morning inside the family's Dutchview Court apartment in Liberty Township. First, he said Harris got into a physical fight with the baby's mother, Destiny, who tried to protect herself, baby Myra, and Harris's 72-year-old mother, Patricia, by locking themselves in a bedroom.
Shortly after they locked the door, they heard the first gunshot somewhere in the hallway.
Harris got into the room and detectives say approached her mother.
Points the gun right at her head and pulls the trigger.
The 72-year-old was grazed by a bullet.
Mia looks over, sees the baby, Myra, laying on the bed, points the gun at her and fires the gun, striking her in the head. Destiny describes Mia picking up Myra from the bed and handing the baby to Destiny and smiled.
Harris took off and was eventually located driving the wrong way on I-75. Once in custody, detectives say she made several admissions.
One of them was that her family was trying to take all of her money and then leave her, and she was not going to allow that to happen. They crucified her, so she crucified them.
And Harris's bond remains at $1.5 million.
Prosecutors say the woman accused of shooting her 6-month-old granddaughter smiled as she opened fire. Tonight, that woman's in jail.
WCPO 9 News reporter Jessica Hart has new information from the sheriff and first responders that day.
The woman in the green jumpsuit is 43-year-old Mia Harris at her preliminary hearing Wednesday. She's charged with 3 counts of felonious assault, and the sheriff tells me more charges are coming.
It's one of the worst cases that I've seen in quite some time.
Prosecutors say she intentionally shot her 6-month-old granddaughter in the head on December 9th.
The baby is in very, very, very critical condition.
Butler County Sheriff Richard Jones says the baby has had at least 2 surgeries, one to remove the bullet and another to treat the swelling.
The baby is laying in the hospital fighting for her life, 5.5 months old, fighting for her life because her family member shot her in the face on purpose.
Sheriff Jones says they're looking at additional charges against Harris. The case now goes to a grand jury, and Harris goes back to jail.
WT News 5's Karen Johnson, live for us in Liberty Township tonight, where she talked with another family member about what happened this weekend. Karen?
We all love her. She's just a joy.
A grandmother's heart shattered as her nearly 6-month-old granddaughter fights to stay alive.
She's in need of a lot of prayers and a lot of healing.
The infant was rushed to the hospital early Saturday morning after investigators say she was shot by her other grandmother.
I don't know why. I can't answer those questions, but I can't change it, and I only can pray for my granddaughter,
who remains in grave condition.
She's beautiful. She's an angel sent to my daughter from heaven. My daughter loves her with all her heart. So does her daddy.
And right now, Harris is charged with 3 counts of felonious assault, but that could change depending on what happens with the infant and also once the case goes to a grand jury.
I'm not sure if I'm more shocked by the fact that Harris was not charged yet with 2 counts of attempted murder, since she shot both her mother and grandbaby at close range with intent to kill them, or by the fact that news outlets are reporting that family members showed up at Harris's court hearing in support of her. But since this case was one shock after another, I'm just going to act like I didn't hear that last part, because I'd rather focus my attention on praying that that precious baby makes it, and asking those of you who pray to do the same. This story is horrific, and the victims in that apartment that night were attacked by pure evil. But you don't have to take my word for it. I'll let you listen for yourself.
What I seen is evil. And evil was living in that house that night.
In Hamilton, Jessica Hart, WCPO 9 News.
444, my mama shot my niece. Please don't stay still. That man isn't shot.
Your baby, ma'am? Okay, ma'am, what is going on?
So, someone shot my baby. Hurry, please.
Someone shot your baby?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Okay,
hurry.
ma'am, know why your grandma did this?
Because she was mad at us. She's going crazy.
Who was it that shot them?
It was her grandma.
Thank you all so very much for watching. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you on my next video.